Good Friday, everyone. Looking at our USA mortgage level of concern, we're level 1 again today. A chance for mostly non-severe storms. Isolated storm can't be ruled out. You all know the drill by now. And you got to be safe in the afternoon heat because we are still technically in a heat advisory. But like yesterday, I don't think we're going to meet that criteria. But you're probably not going to really pay much attention to whether or not it feels like 100 versus 95. So be safe in the heat, drink lots of fluids, take breaks in the shade, and just don't overdo it. Now, yesterday we had one isolated storm that developed over in the eastern part of the county and kind of drifted southwest because everything's moving weirdly these days over the steering currents, and it did become severe towards Spring City. So we had a close call with an isolated severe storm yesterday. These summer storms can pack a punch. And then last night we had a storm develop from the outflow boundary from that earlier storm, and it caused some noise in the southwest part of the county last night. But it stayed below severe limits. But I'll tell you what, when you're this warm and humid, I mean, you can get anything about any time. Premier generator is showing us our threats, and there's really nothing to highlight because widespread severe weather is not expected. But again, any storm that develops can be intense. Frequent lightning, torrential rainfall, and of course that damaging wind gust. Clearview Closet and Blind brings us our 5-day forecast, and I wrestled between 50% and 70% for the next 3 days, but I feel good about the 50% chances. 50-50 shot for a scattered shower or thunderstorm, mainly in the afternoon and evening. But then by Monday and Tuesday, rain chances really start to tick up. So I really do feel like those chances, if nothing else, says those 70% chances on Monday and Tuesday, those may have to be raised up a bit as we get closer to that time and the forecast becomes more clear. But between now and then, 50-50 shots for a scattered shower, thunderstorm. Don't cancel outdoor plans, but be aware that there's a 50% chance that you're going to have rain fall on your head wherever you are. And with that rain could come frequent lightning and gusty winds. So make sure you have access to shelter and that you're ready to get indoors should one of these storms pop up. So not going to be raining everywhere all the time, just scattered stuff around the area. On this day in weather history, watch us for Bramble Travel. 1957, Hurricane Audrey smashed ashore at Cameron, Louisiana, drowning 390 people and $150 million in damage. That's $1957. And you can see there the rest of the damage. It was just unbelievable. The powerful winds of Audrey tossed a fishing boat weighing 78 tons onto an offshore drilling platform. My goodness, a wind gust to 180 was reported at one time on one of those oil rigs. So it's a rough situation early in the season for something this intense. Hurricane season starts June 1st and goes through November 30th. But the best stuff, the most intense stuff, I should say, usually comes August, September. 1995, the Space Shuttle Atlantis launched from NASA's Kennedy Space Center on the first space shuttle to Mir docking. So this is the first shuttle to dock with Mir, which was the Russian version of what would become the International Space Station. The shuttle marked the 100th U.S. human space launch conducted from Cape Canaveral, Florida. And of course, that Mir was the predecessor to what we have today and we know as the International Space Station. You folks have a wonderful Friday. Keep looking up for more weather information. Meteorologistmark.com.